you get disciplined in the area of money, there's no other discipline that will be difficult for you. If you get disciplined in the area of money, you will not have a problem keeping time. You will not have a problem worshiping God really. Because it's only money that competes with the Lordship of Christ in your heart. And the moment you free yourself from the bondage of money, then you are now free to focus yourself on God alone and worship Him alone. If you get yourself free from the bondage of money, there's no day you will not come to the congregation because you are chasing money outside there. In fact, the more you chase money, the more it runs away. That which you chase must run. Just keep saying, I'm chasing deals. They run away. Even you right now, will someone chase you and you stand? So the more you chase the more the money runs away. So here it is. There's a rich man who has money. He has property. He has entrusted you with his property. And he's only asking for accountability. Then he hears, this rich man heard, that his employee is not accountable. And he calls him. He tells him, number one, you are no longer my steward. Number two, even if you are no longer my steward, you must give account. You must give account. So imagine you have been sacked, but still you have to give an account. Let me show you something else a little bit. Just write these scriptures down, you go home and read them yourself. Take this as a lecture, it will help you. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1, let me just read it. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1, the Bible says, let a man so consider us as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Verse 2, moreover, it is required in stewardship that one be found faithful. Let a man so consider us. In other words, let the people who are looking at our lives say that this one is a steward of the mysteries of God. Everything that God has given you, we need to look at you as a community, a society of believers or non-believers outside there. They need to look at you and say, sincerely, this is a steward of the mysteries of God. And then the principle is that every steward must be found to be faithful. So, let's take a little deviation here. Even when they are building, like right now, when they have been building at a ring road, they were doing what's called diversion. So let's take a little diversion here. Let's find out who you are first, before we continue these things of stewardship. Who are you? In Acts chapter 27, verse 23.
For there stood by me this night an angel of the God to whom I belong and whom I serve.
Let's read it from NIV.
Last night, an angel of God, whose I am and whom I serve, stood beside me.
Look at that. How is Paul describing God? God, whose I am. What is Paul saying by that? I belong to God. I am God's property and I serve Him. The angel of the Lord, of God, whose I am and whom I serve. There, that says the same thing.
Yeah, what is the same? Says verse 23. For last night, an angel of God,
to
whom I belong,
and
to whom I serve, stood beside me.
Stood beside me. Is that a mentality you can have yourself? That this God, I belong to Him, and this God is the one I serve. If I went into the details of what Paul was going through at that time, you cannot say that I belong to this God. There was no sign in Paul's life as a servant of God, because he had been totally shipwrecked. He was in the cold. He didn't know even if he would live again. Then God appears to him, the angel of the Lord appears to him at night and tells him, relax, you are not going to die. The lives of everybody on this ship, they are in your hands. But let me tell you what had happened. The ship was full of gold, silver, precious stones, and merchandise. The ship was full of everything good. But when the ship started sinking, what they threw away first was that gold, silver, and all the merchandise. Because your life does not consist in the things you have. Praise God. They had to do away with those things first, that they may live. Then, what surprised me is Paul sleeping on a ship that is wrecked when everybody is worried about their future, when Paul himself is in chains. And God speaks to him. He tells him, tell everybody on this ship they will not sink, they will live. Amen?
Amen.
They will not die, they live. Their lives are in your hands as my servant. And Paul now is responding, God to whom I belong and to whom I serve. Can that be you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you belong to God?
Yes.
You know what you mean? You are God's property. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 14.
Who is the guarantee of our inheritance until the redemption of the purchased possession to the praise of his glory?
God is calling you his purchased
Possession.
So you are the purchased possession of God. Praise God.
Amen.
You have already been bought from the slavery of sin. You have been bought out by the blood of Jesus Christ. You are no longer a slave to sin. You don't belong to sin anymore. You don't belong to the kingdom of darkness anymore. You don't belong to Satan anymore. You have been purchased from that kingdom. Now you belong to God. You are the purchased possession of God. Amen. We are talking about money, don't forget. We are talking about money. You believe you are the purchased possession of God. Let me prove to you, Father. Let me prove to you. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Chapter 6. Verse 19 and 20.
Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own? For you were bought at a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's.
Amen. You don't own yourself. I like that when I hear I don't own myself. To me, that is good news. You know, when you own yourself, you have to care for yourself, protect yourself, heal yourself, do what? All that I've left in the hands of the one who owns me. Do you want to do that also? I am not of
my own.
Testify, I am not of my own.
I am not on my own.
When you testify, it becomes real in your life. Amen? Say it again, I am not of my own. I belong to God. I am God's purchased possession. I don't forget we're talking about finances. Let me show you, if you know you are God's purchased possession. This is what you do now. Look at chapter 7, verse 23. Let's go to verse 3, that one. If you don't have a Bible, you can look at the verses there. So, let's go. Number 1, number 3.
You are bought at a price. Do not become slaves of man.
If you are God's purchased possession, you cannot be a slave of
man.
Don't be a slave of Pastor Mwale. Praise God. Or any other man in this world. Don't be a slave of any man. You are bought at a price. You know that price?
Yes.
Is the precious blood of Christ. Is the one that purchased you. So don't allow yourself to be enslaved again by any man, by any principle, by any regulations, by any obligations. No, you are free. Praise God.
Amen.
Don't allow that to happen to you. But now, the Bible says that you are the purchased possession of God. The purchased possession of God. Maybe the best way you need to look at it is in human terms. The Bible says that Christ came to this world, but his own received him not. But unto them that received him, those that believed in him, he gave them the right, the power to be called children of God. Those of us who have children, okay, and you are a good parent, because not all parents are good parents. You know what you feel about the children. When they sleep happy, do you smile? Whether you don't have school fees, you laugh about it and think, I don't have school fees. You are troubled by the needs of your child. Every parent rejoices when the child has his needs met. But but is troubled when the child is in need. And now the Bible says that those that believed in Christ Jesus, he gave them the right to be called children of God. So as a child of God, you have a Father in heaven who is concerned when you are in need. I've asked this question several times. If your landlord came to your door and you don't have money, and the landlord knocks the door, and your son sees the landlord, and he runs and he goes to hide, you ask your son, why are you hiding? He says, I don't have money to pay the landlord. What do you think about your young son of 5 years old? This is a son who has no idea that I have a daddy. You find other children are playing and your son is crying. You ask him, what is the problem? He says, I'm wondering where I'll get dinner today. You need to start knowing that you're a child of God. Praise be to God. When people are anxious outside there, you tell God, you know everything, you know what will happen, and you think good about me, so I know I'm okay. Because he fills your life with benefits. You're a child of God. You are the purchased person of God. Those who believe in him, he gave them the right to become children of God. And Romans chapter 8, verse 16 and 17, it says, if you are children, then what are you? You are heirs. Heirs of who? Heirs of God. So you inherit God. Praise God. Right now, if you are told that you will inherit Uhuru Kenyatta, you will be the happiest man in the world. You will come and give a testimony. Praise God. Praise God again. That day we will sing the song. There's a song that blesses me so much and I want you to be blessed with it. Just because you have been told you will inherit Uhuru. Now here you are being told you will inherit the creator of heaven and earth plus everything that is in it. You are an heir to him. You are an heir of God. You should not live like the people of the world. Why am I taking you in this digression? Now this is what you need to understand. Everything that you are and everything that you have is God's possession. Put that, if you are writing down, put it down. Everything that you are and everything that you will have is God's possession. Your very own life and all your money, all your children, the rats in your house, the cockroaches, everything that belongs to you is God's possession.
And all my debts.
All your debts.
Yeah.
Whatever you are
Yeah.
is God's business. I told you at the end of this series, you will graduate your Masters in Divine Accountancy. So you are heirs, you inherit God. And if you don't inherit God, then you should never live a life of worries, a life of fear, because you have to be persuaded that what the Bible is saying about you is true. That's where we need to begin. Be persuaded first that you are God's purchased possession. You know, we can say it here. I am God's purchased possession. But you just know, there are things I need to deal with on my own. But if you believe for sure you are God's purchased possession, you are persuaded, you are convinced, that is now the disposition of your heart. That's what your heart believes. You are not going to be moved from that. We'll be starting now on a good foundation. So let's go back to our scripture and Luke chapter 16 again. So we are talking about a steward in verse 1. He also said to his disciples, there was a certain rich man who had a steward, and an accusation was brought to him that this man was wasting his goods. You see the problem of this man? He was wasting. He was not even stealing. He was misusing. So there is a proper way that a steward needs to use the goods of the man who has entrusted him with them. There is a proper way. There is an accurate way. Again, I told you I'm purposely very slow. So if God be our Father, he says that this is what he instructs us. He instructs us as fathers in Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. Let's look at it. Proverbs 22 verse 6.
Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So if God be our Father, and now he is commanding us to train up our children in the way that we should go, so that when they grow old, they don't depart from those ways. Do you think he wants to train us also? As a father?
Yes.
Unless he's not a good father. If he can expect me as a parent to train up my children the way they go, so that when they are old, they don't depart from those ways. God also wants to train us.
Yes.
In the ways that we are going. And more so when it comes to worship. More so when it comes to worship. So, first of all, God trains us by his personal example. What Christ did, he called men unto himself. Then he walked with them and did things as they watched. He never told them anything. He did things, they watched. Then they asked him questions aside. He explained to them what he was doing. That's how they learned. Then when they had learned what to do, he started walking with them and asking them to do when he's with them. Then he knew now they have some concepts. He stepped aside. He told them, now you can go 2 by 2. Go and do it on your own. When they came back very proud, he told them, relax. Relax. If you think casting out a demon is it's a big thing you have done, I saw Satan fall down from heaven. And I don't even talk about it. It's not a big thing for me. Now you are coming here to talk about a small demon running away. He told them, relax about demons. I saw when their father was being chased from heaven, and I don't talk about it. So you casting out one demon, you are making noise everywhere about a demon. But he trained them and now sent them out. He is our example, and he does it through us. We look at the life of Christ Jesus, and we know how to navigate this life. But let's look at God our Father as an example when we talk about stewardship. Now this is a father who had how many sons? How many sons does God our Father have? He had only one son. You call him the begotten son. Yeah? But when he saw a human need, what did he do? He gave all that he had. Now how did he do it? He trained us that giving is without expectation of any reward. A rich man does not give expecting anything back. He knows he's rich. We will learn about that concept that Pastor Maranga talked about earlier, the one of sowing and reaping. We'll learn about it. But, okay, let's just throw some light there. When is the farmer generous? When he's sowing or when he's harvesting? Think about it. When the farmer is sowing, can he say I'm generous?
No.
We reach there. So God is our example of stewardship. And the stewardship of God says whenever there is a need, there is nothing can withhold back. Do you hear me? Whenever there is a human need. Remember when we are learning about ministry, we say until your spiritual gift meets a human need, you've not begun doing ministry. Do you hear it? Ministry is made manifest when your spiritual gift meets a human need. If it is the area of evangelism, when you go out and look at the sinners and have compassion over them and preach the gospel to them, then they get born again. That's when you say, I am an evangelist. You cannot say I'm an evangelist and you just walk around looking at sinners as if you don't know they are sinners. You cannot say I'm a giver and there is a need and you have your money in the bank and you say, me I'm a giver. But this church, people are so mean. You are waiting for an opportunity. No, you look at the example of God. He gave the best generously without expecting anything in return. God gave all that he had. He gave it generously without expecting anything in return. He gave the only son. You can hear this. God gave the only son, but now he has many sons. And you are one of them. So the thing I just want you to learn today I want to take you very slow through all these teachings. That, number one, you are a steward of all that God has. What God has given you, He has only entrusted you with it. And let's spread it, not only to money, even your time, even your life on earth here, even your spiritual gifts, even your skills, even your talents. You need to start having this mentality that I am only a steward of what God has entrusted in my hands. And every steward must be faithful and accountable. These are things that you must carry home today. Even when you go to your house and see your children, no, I am only a steward on behalf of God. You own nothing. But God has loved you to a level that He entrusts you with His riches. 1 Corinthians 4:7.
For who makes you differ from another? And what do you have that you did not receive? Now, if you did indeed receive it, why do you boast as if you had not received it?
Amen.
Amen.
There are three questions asked there. Number one, what makes you differ from one another? Why do you think that by what you have or what you don't have, you are different from one another? This goes back to what we say. Financial stewardship does not begin with your having, it begins with your being. Did you hear that? It does not begin with what you have, it begins by who you are in Christ. You are in Christ, you are of God. God to whom I belong and to whom I serve. That's your mentality. So everything entrusted to your care is not yours, it belongs to God. And if God directs how you use it, you should be quick to tell Him, here I am, God. What would you like me to do with what you have entrusted me? I don't know if you have woken up one day and said, God, I have a whole 12 hours or 24 hours ahead of me. Instruct me, direct me, guide me. How do I use this 24 hours? Father, I have 50 shillings in my pocket. Direct me, I'm just a steward. Direct me. Look at this widow who has some little flour and some little oil. If you look at her, she needs more. She is in need. She needs to be helped. If she's a member of a church like this, we need to tell elders, what do you do about this lady? She's going to die. She said, I have little. I'm waiting to eat today, and me and my son will die. That's a needy case, but not before God. To God, He says, that little you want to eat and die, give it out first. How do you understand God? Because you are a steward. If He says, give it out, what do? You hold it. Amen? If God says, give it out, what do? You are a steward. He knows what He's doing. You know, sometimes we say we are hearing the voice of God, but we are hearing our own things. Imagine if Abraham was not careful to follow what God was doing. God, I have prayed to you. I needed a son. You told me through this son, you will make me a father of many nations. Again, God comes back and says, now, through this son, before you become a father of many nations, we must kill him. If you are Pentecostal today, what will you do? You will go on the mountain and bind God. Because it cannot be the same voice. But you are only a steward. This son does not belong to you. God gave him to you. He can tell you to do whatever He wants to do with him. And Abraham noticed this is the same voice that gave me this son. It's the same voice that is asking of him. And Abraham knew God cannot lie to me that He will make me a father of many nations. If He kills him, He knows what He will do with him. But through Isaac, I must become a father of many nations.
Amen.
Praise God. Most of us, because of refusing to be stewards, we have remained in poverty. And we want to destroy that spirit of poverty completely by the end of these teachings. If you are obedient to listen to the voice of God, you will never be the same again.
Amen.
Praise God.
Amen.
Just live here today understanding whatever you have is not yours, it belongs to God. If God speaks otherwise, honor him. Amen.
Amen.
Is that possible?
Yes.
You can honor God?
Yes.